Hi, my name is Angela Fagg with Messengers of Truth. Today is April 27th, 2026 at 9:01 p.m. You saw that change. If not, rewind, pause it for a second. p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm coming to you live from Cape Coral, Florida. Okay. Everything checks out to be good, sounds good, everything like that. So, anyways, a lot of things have happened. I took last week was a week, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a week. Anyways, excuse me. Over, what was it, yesterday or Friday? Whatever day it was. A couple days ago, they tried to kill the president again, right? Even though nobody got nowhere near him. The only thing I'm going to say about that is this right here. This is supposed to... Oh, my cigarette's coming right in the camera, isn't it? Let me put it out. I tried to put it out, but it kept smoking, so I figured I'd hold it. Anyways. So, this is what I have to say about it. About the president, you know, the attempted assassination. This is still supposed to be the United States of America. Regardless of anything, that is supposed to be our president. If that president was Biden, if that president was Obama, even any of them, okay? I don't care who the president is. We are supposed to, no matter what, be a country of at least morals, knowing that even our president, the person that we voted to put into the White House, has people attempting to kill him, isn't good. It shows other countries that we have weaknesses. That guy ran right past those security guards. I don't give a fuck what no one says. When you got the president of the United States and the vice president and the speaker of the House and all the top people in one spot, there shouldn't be a way for any man, person, woman, I don't care, to just be able to run through with guns to get in there. Now, did he get in there? No, he didn't. But my point being is, if we're supposed to be so secure all the time and you can't even run through the TSA at the airport, how did they even run through there? That's what I'm saying about it. It all seems a little shady to me, and now, you know, the first thing this guy says is, oh, well, this is why we should have the ballroom so security can be tighter. No, so you could just spend more of our money on things that none of us will be sitting in to eat at, which is complete bullshit. Okay. But the president doesn't deserve to be shot at, okay, regardless of who that president is, and that's how I feel about it. Now, it seems to be like they like to play off the emotions of the American people. All of a sudden, in the last 48 hours, not one thing in the news has been about the Iran war or the Epstein files, things that are important, right? Or are they important? You know, what is that? Iceland, I believe it was Iceland, or was it Netherlands? Anyways, I'm going to find the video to be able to do my next news update. I don't know when it will be. I don't want to tell you a time and then not show up for it. I will be on tomorrow morning, but I wanted to show you something that besides all this crap that's going on everywhere, you know, it's just, it's pure shit is what it is. And we've been, you know, life isn't easy for a lot of people right now, okay? How many people in the United States right now do you actually think care that some guy ran through the correspondence, you know, dinner? Correspondence for who? Other people that are journalists, they don't get invited there because you have to be in the guild, right? You have to be in some special group that they say that you're good enough when you're already good enough. You've been good enough since the day you came out your mama. You've been good enough. And they keep telling everybody that we're not a part of anything, but yet we're the ones who pay for everything. You know, does it all even matter anyways? Does it? People are afraid to talk to each other still. You got half the country thinking that they're not doing weather manipulation when they are. I mean, we live in Florida, and I just found out that another country has, what is it, desalination tanks? I have a hard time pronouncing things, but they take salt water and turn it into regular water. But here in Florida, our aquifers are drying up, and people are having problems having water. This is what they tell us. So we have to go on city water because their stuff is more safe and effective than you having your own well. You find out new things. We, all of us, find out new things all the time. And then these experts that they bring out to show us, I'm going to smoke the rest of this cigarette. These experts, because I'm a real person, so I'm going to be real. This is me on the real. I smoke cigarettes. You got your experts out there that don't even know what other experts are saying. You know, oh, well, there's mosquitoes now in Iceland, and we just, there was never mosquitoes there before. Bro, did you not get the news, bro? You're supposed to be smarter than the rest of us, but you didn't get the news that they've been genetically modifying mosquitoes for how long? You think there's no consequences to that? They've been modifying the weather now for what? Longer than I've been alive? You don't think there's consequences to that? There's no such thing as evolution. And I've had enough about people trying to tell me that we all come from monkeys. I don't come from no monkey. Anybody that the evolution that's taken place is because they're genetically modifying things. They are changing the DNA in everything. You got the story of the ticks coming out. Well, don't worry about the ticks. It's not just the ticks, it's the ticks, the ants, the bees, the ladybugs. It's everything. I mean, right now we're in love bug season. Love bug season. Which scientists made the love bugs so they would get rid of the mosquitoes. Let that sink in, because once again, they are better at this creation than the person who created it. These wars aren't about oil. You think they want to be, because that's just so easy and simple for people to grasp, because they've hidden everything so deeply and so much that you won't even believe that there's giants. Because there is. You think they all just died off after Goliath? You think they just want Iran for some oil, right? And because they can't have nuclear weapons. But the most dangerous country right now that's been doing shit to all kinds of other countries, they can have nuclear weapons, right? That's the storyline. That's the storyline. That's the stuff we're supposed to believe. At some point, it seems, these are the questions that I have. Okay? This group of elites are the ones who started our education system, right? They're the ones who started the medical system, right? Everything has been set up in all of our systems from before. Like the shit that they're doing, they shouldn't be doing. Like the taxes. What do you think our forefathers are doing? I'm not saying they're perfect neither. 250 years, and you've got people right now in America cheering on because the King of England came here. People in this country are so obsessed with the royals, even though you're royal already. You were born royal. They are no better than anybody else. They just know how to beat the system and kill people and take their children. And all the, like, just yesterday I was telling Jimmy in the car, I told him straight out, I said, you do know that they are watching us right now in the car. There's video cameras and sound all over this car. And he was like, yeah, I don't think so. And then today, news reports come out that not only are they listening and watching you, but they have sensors now in the car that they can smell what you're doing. And I just want to say, no, because most people can't take jokes. That's the truth. Most people can't take jokes. I was going to say something I thought was funny, but probably won't think it's funny, so I'll just bypass that. There's some people... oh. People are cheering on right now everything that Trump has done. He's the one setting up the security state. He's the one who started setting it up his first term. What good is he doing? Oh, you said, right? You know, the Doge that went in there and showed all this corruption. Nothing's happening. Do you understand that these charities are set up by them so they can take more of our money? And they're never going to shut them down. You are not going to get a check from the government saying that this is the money that we're giving back to you. They constantly are taking money out for Social Security, which was set up originally for retirement. And they've been saying since I've paid attention that it's not going to be around anymore. 5th grade, this stupid lady comes in telling us about how we should recycle and how plastic never disappears. It's going to be around for thousands of years. It's never going to disappear. 30 years later, well, 30 some years later, and now we have microplastics everywhere because the plastic breaks down. Imagine that! 30 years ago they were talking about it, but they didn't fix it, did they? Instead, they said, no, we're not going to recycle glass anymore. No, we're not going to use renewable things like glass. We're going to use this stuff. And then people are like, well, we'll just stop pumping oil. Everything has plastic in it. All your refrigerators, your washing machines, everything is plastic. Your TVs, your lights, everything has plastic. What makes plastic? Where does it come from? Oil. They're telling you these things because they want you controlled. They want everybody controlled. Even the Amish. Do you know that they're coming down on the Amish, and they have been for over 5 years now? Telling them their way of life isn't the way it should go. I mean, when are people going to start getting up and saying something? Like, just, and then it's like, well, what happens if you do say something? Nothing happens. Nothing happens when you call these people over and over again. Half the time, they don't even answer the phone. It's some recording that you got to make a message to. No one calls you back. They don't give a shit. Each one of them there's dirt on every one of them up there. You don't get to go up there unless they have dirt on you. Every one of them. Think about it this way. With the voting in general, do you know that not all of the presidential people that are running for president go up to be in those debates? Well, that would just take too long, Angela. We pay most of the money to these networks. We pay for the upkeep on the wires everywhere. We are the ones who pay for it. So tell me some more why people shouldn't take the time for the people that are paying for it. Oh, because I'm not driving a Lamborghini? I don't have a pool in my backyard? They are constantly telling us how much none of us matter. And the fact of the point is all of us matter. We are more important than them. And until people start figuring that out, that we. And what I mean by we is humans. You know, it's going to be hard for a lot of people to accept that there's a lot of different species on this planet. But they used to be out in the public. They're not in the public anymore. They had to do those things for the control. You know, I look at and I listen to a lot of different people, and I question now a lot. Like, how are all these people, why would you even have somebody on that says that they're an expert about something, but then sits there and tells you that about evolution? And then how do they get past that Van Heiser's belt or whatever? How do they get past it? How do they get past the magnetic field that keeps everything on Earth? How do they get past it? Why is it that they had all this technology to go to the moon, right? And then all of a sudden they just couldn't go anymore. And then they went again to go around it, a few weeks ago. I'm just saying, none of it makes any sense to me. It doesn't line up right. And if you talk to, real people that don't think that they're too smart to talk to you, because see, that person it's stupid to me. Because when somebody has to say that they're so smart and they have to use all these big words to look better than other people, that tells me that you're ignorant. Because you didn't use all those words your whole life. You just do it to look smarter than everybody else. When if you can't talk to other people as a normal person, and you always have to act like, well, because of this DNA strand and the whatever, okay? And you can't break it down, and you have to keep making yourself look smarter than everybody else, that says that you're ignorant. You don't really know much about life. They use keywords, key things, safe and effective, national security. Guess what? So it's in my eye a little bit. All it is control. All it is control. It's people wanting to control other people. That's it. The school system. It's only teaching you to sit down and shut up. Walk on the line. Don't talk now. No, you can't go. You have to hold it. You can't go to the bathroom now. Oh, it's okay for you to cut your penis off. It's okay to sew your vagina up. It's okay to suck your baby out of your womb into little chunks unless it's older. If it's older, then, we're going to take it out gently so we can use those baby parts. But you're going to pay for me to do the procedure, and then I'm going to make more money by selling that baby behind your back. Oh, what you got in that urn? And that was put in the ground that you were, because some people, they think that when their baby dies, when it comes out of them from like a miscarriage or whatever, they think that's what they're putting in the ground, or that's what's in that little urn you got. It's not. They took it. Your dead people that are dying in hospitals, and they let you see them, and then they're like, oh, you better check the casket. Because guess what? They're still taking them right out of there after you done looked. How much is that in our food? And what is real and what is fake? They've been changing everything for thousands of years. A lot of things are going to happen. And sometimes I don't know how to put it into words. I try to think of what I'm going to say or how I'm going to say it. And then there's all these other things that I have to say, and I don't want to say it because it makes me start to cry, because I don't want people to be hurt. And then I feel like I'm being a sissy or whatever. But the thing of the matter is there's sometimes you have to say rough things. And not a lot of times do people want to hear those things. So I'm just going to keep going. These things are going to happen. They're already happening. You can kill your baby. You can kill your child up to a year old. They're making laws in the Netherlands. Year old. They wanted to pass that in California a couple years ago. You can already do, I think, like up to 9 months in New York. Something insane like that. You just kill the baby. They've trained you to think that it's just a fetus. As they're making things. The rich people can have a baby look however they want to. They can take the best genetics they want out of both of the parents. They're just going to fix everything that they damaged, right? Because they did it. Last year, we didn't have any real good hurricanes hit Florida. There'll be one. I know of two. Well, possibly. No, there's no possible. There's three. The one at New York City. One's going to hit near Mar-a-Lago and go halfway through the state of Florida, and it's going to destroy everything. Another one is going to come up through the Keys. I believe it's this year that all this is going to happen because of the way that I've watched the weather. And these are the things that I was shown a few years ago. And I still don't like to talk about them. There's a lot of things that are unbelievable. And now I see them coming out in the news. I don't know when it was last summer. Might have been longer ago than that. I'm not for sure about all the bugs You see, I can't write things down because I don't have a safe place to put my writings at. So I don't write everything down, and I try to remember. Which you probably shouldn't do, you know. Everything, you know, I did a lot of counseling growing up because my mom didn't want anything to be wrong with us. She thought it was the right thing to do. You know, being that I didn't have a father growing up and everything, she wanted to make sure that she was doing all the right things. And the one thing that I learned that was very prominent that I'm watching them do to everybody right now is the putting in people into groups. You see, we're not supposed to go by stereotypes or groups when you're in counseling or when you're in recovery, because it could be very damaging to people. So they're using all this psychology now and they're putting it back onto the people. They're putting everybody in groups. Are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat? Are you a Catholic? Are you a Christian? Are you a Muslim? Are you a Jew? They're putting everybody in their groups. They've already manipulated all of these groups. They've changed things. They've done all kinds of stuff. And this is what happens when you stop following the laws of Moses. You see, I was watching a video early this morning about these researchers, and they were talking about the Collins elites, and they said, you know, the one thing that the guy said is, if the country goes back to the laws of Moses, that the covering becomes greater, that God does step in, but we don't follow any of those. And what I mean is nobody, not even the Jews, okay? What happened? How long was Jesus here before he left? Nobody knows. Who knows those answers? I don't know. These are things I want to know. I want to know all the other things because I think it matters right now. I think it matters what happened back then. Why is it that all these different books are being found everywhere? What's a lie and what's the truth? What should we believe? Do we have faith? Yes, I have faith greatly in God, and I don't, you know, there's just so much different information and so many people are so mixed up. You have these groups called the Pleiadians, whatever, the inner earth people, right? Are they not the inner earth people? That are telling you the same things that are in the Bible. They're the same things that are in the Old Testament and the New Testament. And because people have been so mixed up in what some of the churches, some, S-O-M-E, some, which means not all, of the churches have damaged so many people that these people are going into the New Age, into other things. And they don't even recognize what they're actually watching is true Bible prophecy. And all they have to do is pick it up and start reading. They are going straight through the absolute line for the deception right now. They're making everything happen for control over everybody. And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter the shade of your skin. It doesn't matter what religion you're in. It's everybody. So much propaganda has been going around that it's hurtful. You know, there's other things that I've seen too. And I've shared some of it, but it's not that things change. It's the fact that when you only get certain pictures and you're trying to put it together because you don't want people to be hurt. There's a difference in between just hurting a lot of people versus true justice. True justice means that they are brought in front of the courts, not the ones we got now, real ones, and the laws are laid out, and they are told what they did wrong, and they get punished for it. No more of these prison systems that are run privately, and they make hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars off of people being in prison. Why do you think there's so many of them across America? How our country or our leaders could ever say anything about any prison in any other country is wrong. Because of the things that happen in these prisons, these county jails, can be a lot worse than what they're doing in other countries. I mean, just look at the way the cops treat people. Do you think it's okay for three motherfuckers to be on top of another person and punching and hitting them and all this other shit where they're trying to arrest them? It's not okay. It hasn't always been that way. But they think it's okay now. You see it all the time. I mean, just those ICE bitches. I said it. It took 6, 7 of them on the one guy, and then they shot and killed him. I'm giving these examples because this is only the beginning. There is no curving it. He made the fucking choice, man. He made the choice. Do you not see it yet? It is clear as day. He made the choice. One of your little, oh, she's real in with it. I'm going to say it. You know, I've been trying, because I'm trying to take in what other people say and not be critical or judgmental. But the point of the matter is usually when one person says something poetically or a prophet or whatever, generally another prophet will see what they're saying and can feel more off of it. It goes that way. There's some people that are actually amplifiers. Anyways. I'm going to choose my words wisely. A few years ago, I don't remember exactly the date, but Amanda Grace did a prophecy of a man on a horse with 2 other men, or 3 other men on horses with him. And the main guy had his head held down low like this. And he was not happy about what he was doing. But he was going to allow the beast system to come in. It's pretty much what she said. I'm rounding it up for you. That man, she knows who that man is now. That man is Trump. I'm telling you this right now. You can see everything happening. It's for your safety that you need all these cameras up. It's for your safety that you need TSA to check under your titties. It's for your safety that they touch it on your vagina and your fucking ass and everything. It's for your safety that they give you x-rays to see what's on you. It's for your safety. For control. As they spray our skies. As they do everything. It's only just begun. It's only the beginning. And it ain't Revelations. It's not time for that yet. It's not the right year. You see, they think that they can force God's hand. They tried it last time and they got locked up. And now you crazy son of a bitches want to let them out of the pyramids. You want to let them out. That's what you want to do. You want to let the bad guys out because you're smarter than everybody else. Because you channeled. What's channeling? Channeling is talking to spirits. You were told not to talk to spirits because they are deceivers. That's what you were told. But they're channeling them. They're bringing things through the portals. Some people are going to say, well, what's Jesus doing about this? Do you know that he told these people, he says, I'm going to be back, but I have to go to these other places and I got to fix some things. I'm not giving you word for word, okay? So you just have to work with me. Your theologians know this. I have to go and fix these things. One day to you, one day to me is 1,000 years to you. Or they use much different words. Meridian or something like that, which I think they figured out was like near 1,000 years. And I'll be back in a few days. So that could be like 4,000 years, bro. And he's going up there and he's taking all the power. And some people are going to say, well, he already took the power from the devil. If he did, then how are they doing this shit? So that's what he's doing right now. Everybody has jobs, you know. And he works hard. And I don't care if I sound crazy right now, but Jesus is working hard right now. He talks to people. He fights off things. He's all over the place doing all these things. And we're just shitting on creation. Men allow other men to call themselves women and don't say nothing. It's just, they don't say nothing. I'm not saying all men either. I'm just saying I'm being in general, because if a lot of things kept being said, we wouldn't have fat chicks in little clothes. Okay? I'm sorry, but you shouldn't do it. I mean, everywhere I go now, you see people walking over the bridge because they put sidewalks over the bridges here, right? Well, 2 of them. 1. Anyways. So they walk over it. But these fat chicks, skinny chicks, it doesn't matter. Everybody in their yoga pants, and fat chicks think because they're exercising that they get to wear yoga pants and sports bras. Nothing else. But because bullying was so bad, we got fat chicks everywhere. Yeah, I'm fat shaming, and I'm fat. But I ain't wearing little clothes, and I ain't letting everything hang out. And I'll tell you this right now, I know I'm fat. And you know, there's only so much you can do about that as you get older. That was a cop-out. I was copping out, bro. I'm not eating Twinkies anymore. I haven't had a Twinkie in forever. I used to love Twinkies, but you can't eat them anymore. They're just not good for you. As in, like, they're so poisonous. It's ridiculous. All your ho-hos, all your cakes. You can make your own cake, but I can't have cake anymore right now. I haven't had no cake. Haven't been eating that much bread. Forced to eat vegetables. Today, though, I had pot roast. I made a pot roast, and I'm trying to make the best kind out there. So, like, and I know people have been making pot roast for a long time, but I'm coming up with different ways, and tonight was a damn good one. It was really good. Potatoes and carrots and onions and celery in there. A couple tablespoons of red wine. Found out that sherry vinegar is really good in roasts and other things that you cook for a long time. It gives it a slight sweet flavor to it without any sugar. Excuse me. It's really delicious. So tonight I had meat and potatoes, but I generally have been trying to eat more vegetables, which I like meat and potatoes. Just I'm meat and potatoes. Anyways, I don't know why I went off on that. I'm just frustrated. That's why I didn't do any videos last week. Because I'm frustrated. And right now I'm like going to start sweating because I'm really hot. Which makes no sense. I thought about not doing this anymore because of these reasons. But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going. And there's a new I actually read 2 books this last 2 weeks. Has it been 3? It's been 3 weeks. And I want to share them with you. I didn't get it set up because we've been having a lot of problems with just everything. And I figured a little bit at a time would be better. And I wanted to show you something happy after I've rambled on now for a hot minute. We went to Kershaw Park and we saw 3 turtles and some, what are those called? Red-headed woodpeckers. And they wouldn't move, those woodpeckers wouldn't. And neither were the turtles. The turtles were like, "What's up? we're just hanging out over here." I'm like, "You better not get too close to that sumbitch right there because that's a gopher turtle. It'll get you." They don't play around. And this really cool vine wrapped up into a heart. And it had, you can't see in the video, but there was a cobweb all around it. It was pretty neat, but we got it in the video. And I want to show it to you. So I'm going to put it on right now. Pretty neat, right? Everything came in threes. There was 3 woodpeckers, there was 3 turtles, and 1 vine. Well, there was vines everywhere. But that was on a walk at Kershaw Park, which I've been through. I've been to the park, but I never walked on the trail because it seems like every time I'm there, it's like springtime, and I'm from Florida, and springtime, alligators are trying to, mate, and you don't really want to go near places where they may be possibly mating. They're not very nice. So I never walked down the trail because I used to go there with my dogs all the time, and I didn't want to be walking down the trail that close to the river, and then it snatches my dog, because you can't fight you can't fight a gator. Well, at least Angela doesn't fight a gator. So I just thought we'd never seen turtles there. We'd never, we see birds, blue jays and things like that, but not woodpeckers like that. It was nice going through the whole place. I was walking through there because I'm trying to scout out places where I could go and make short videos. Short meaning like 4 or 5 minutes, in different places that look cool, or maybe take you on a walk with me when we go out, because some of these places are pretty neat to see, and I think that people would enjoy it because I like seeing those things, and I take a lot of pictures that I don't share with anybody. I guess I am sharing them because they just look through whatever they want, right? So now I'm going to play my commercial since we're in the studio, and why not?
Messengers of truth you see, giving life to you and me. Birds above with wings so bright, carrying hope into the night. Songs of love we can't ignore, whispering secrets to our core. Water cool and purely clear, quenching thirst and washing fear. Flows through valleys ever free, a silent song, a gentle plea.
So, didn't fix the commercial yet, but it'll get fixed one day, right? I do have a new .com, which I don't even know if it was, it was changed on here. And we kind of did a little thing over there. I did the Serenity Prayer in the page. It looks pretty cool. And then there's all these wildflowers behind it and everything. I like wildflowers. I just like anything that's, nature, because I like being outside, even though I'm not really outside that much anymore. Now that I've talked about all the bad shit, I think I'm done for right now. The air is getting heavy, and that's where I'm going to stop at. So I'm going to give you my ending, and I don't even know what all I said, or I don't even know how I feel about this particular live stream, to be honest with you. And why do we say that anyways? Well, to be honest with you, like I wasn't being honest before that, but I was. So is it just wordplay? Just always remember, no matter what, you are loved. God loves you, because if he didn't, we wouldn't be breathing anymore.
You is kind, you is smart, you is important, you is smart, you is kind, you is important. Oh, that's so good.